Well, and you're being a little modest about things when you talk about choosing the Marine Corps. I mean, you chose the branch. I think it's safe to say that virtually guaranteed that you would be in a combat zone. Did you have to go through officer candidate school? And then when you went through tell people what OCS or
So I joined through the officer selection office in Phoenix, Arizona, of all places. I researched the offices that had a deficiency in officer recruitment, and Phoenix popped up as the number one. So I moved to Phoenix and joined there.
Yeah.
And so you do 10 weeks of boot camp, 6 months of training at the basic school, which is all Marines are trained as a basic rifleman. And depending on your standing in your class, you get selected for your specialty, which is one of 32 or 33 different jobs. And on mine, you list your lineal, what you want to do. And I think I put infantry on every slot.
Wow.
I was in trouble, but I was naive. I really wanted to go to war. I wanted to be in combat because I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
I thought I did. And so it was naive, but you get what you ask for sometimes. And that's how I ended up there. In my case, after the OCS 10 weeks, basic school 6 months, that's the same for all new Marine Corps officers. I got selected for infantry officer course after that, which is another 3 months of training. And at the end of that, you get assigned a unit. And in my case, it was another opportunity for me that came at the expense of somebody's life. I was a combat replacement in Fallujah. So what happened for me is the day I graduated, I got orders to Iraq as a combat replacement in a light armored reconnaissance platoon.
And what does combat replacement mean?
The combat replacement means the rifle platoon commander that preceded me was killed in Fallujah.
Okay.
And so I had to be there to replace him as the new unit commander.
And is it true, I want to keep hearing more about this, but was it true when you were there that some of the enemy would target the officers? Like they're specifically trying to take you guys out, right?
Yeah, I think it was I fought in an urban environment, so we were inside the city. And because of that, the translator that was assigned, every platoon has a translator. I mean, if you're lucky, you get a translator. And so the translator, the officer, and the radio guy always stand together and deal with the local populace. So you are exposed, more than others for some sniper activity, improvised attacks with bombs and things like that. But I never felt endangered that way because my team protected me. I had Overwatch, I had Marine, I had the most competent people on earth in my platoon. Everybody at the time was getting targeted. If you were a Marine wearing that type of uniform, and it's reciprocal. A lot of people in Iraq and Fallujah were getting targeted, and some of them, had the misfortune of being at the wrong place at the wrong time, just like we did.
So literally the day after you graduate, or the day you graduate, you get orders, and you're told you're going to replace an officer who was killed. What's going through your mind? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you scared?
I think that was, it was a mix. I was adrenalized. I wanted to go. That was the whole point of the last year, was I wanted to go somewhere. I didn't care if it was Afghanistan or I wanted to go. And I had that, that I think all guys, really all humans have this desire to test your own mettle.
Yeah.
What are you really capable of? Are you really capable of practicing the trade that you've learned? And are you going to be any good or not? And so I was ready to go, but I arrived into a situation that was really fluid, and I didn't have the workup opportunity that usually precedes a deployment like that. And so I had to learn fast, and I was learning as much as I could from the 18, 19-year-old kids that had been in country for a month already. And in that, in combat, your lessons are compressed. So in a month in combat is probably worth a year training anywhere else.